to the channel. So I just thought, look what I found. It's tucked behind somewhere. I'm not allowed to put it up on the wall, but I will forever keep it. My best ever movie. Right, so what do I want to talk about today? Well, I see reports about it's ending the DC universe because everything's getting moved to HBO Max. And I'm thinking, damn, because UK doesn't really get that. I mean, all the great shows, like, you know, I don't know if they're going to redo Swamp Thing, but you got Stargirl, and I've heard Stargirl is actually not too bad. Your Doom Patrol that I've still to see. I've just bought Pennyworth, still to see that. 8th of July, that's when I'm seeing it. But for me, with the Snyder Cut movement and everything else I'm supporting, it's going on HBO. At Max, I think there's a lot of us in other countries that are puzzled and how are we going to see it? Do we have to wait for DVD? I mean, once it becomes available on DVD, then of course I will buy it, and I will buy it for just about every young kid I know. Sounds a bit wrong that, but no, I'll buy it for just all the family members and everything else. There you go. And all the kids that I took to see all the other DC movies. There you go. What's this? It's Zack Snyder's Justice League. Have I not seen that? Did you not take me to see it? No. Watch it. Oh, well, where can I get it? Oh, that's the thing. We can't actually get it here. I mean, there is so many questions asked about, Zack Snyder's Justice League. I mean, it's a constant talk and debate and everything else. Is getting momentum. And as I've always said, if HBO wants to up the ante and get more subscribers, then you should be, if you want to go up against Disney, you should be making this a worldwide event and try somehow to compete with prices. I think Disney over here, which I would never subscribe to, is something like £5 a month. So I don't really know how many dollars is that? Is that $4, $6? I'm not sure. So get a move on, Warner Brothers, if you really want this to be a success. And Britain has put their banners, released the Snyder Cut in the UK, and we have donated quite a lot of money, and myself, we've helped promote the film. But yet again, we hold back and we'll cross our fingers. Now, the other thing that's been talked about is the black suit Superman. Somebody had sent in a question about, why, if Superman's bad, is he wearing the red and blue suit in BVS when he's that nightmare scene? And I don't really know. I know why it's called the nightmare scene, but I honestly think we should sort of kind of call it something else to clarify what it is. Alternative timeline or something. A possible future. Because when you start saying, nightmare, then you just think, oh, Bruce Wayne was having a bad dream and somehow dreamed this, or was he travelling with the Flash? Did Flash somehow show him through the Time Force or something, Speed Force, an alternative future? Well, here on the biased CBR, comic book art.com, Zack Snyder has explained Superman's wardrobe choices and why he didn't wear his iconic black suit in BVS Nightmare Future. Justice League, Zack Snyder has cleared up a DC Extended Universe plot point and explained why Superman swapped his iconic black suit for the standard red and blue in Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice Nightmare Scene. I hate Nightmare Scene. Not the actual scene, but just what it's called. BVS Nightmare scene featured an apocalyptic future where Earth was ravaged by parademons, and not everyone knew what parademons were. This was the thing, but as far as I'm aware, Zack Snyder was just, wetting your whistle, getting you excited, getting you questioning what were those things for people who don't follow DC. And that is what Zack Snyder, I believe, had said one time, that he was going to clear it up. Anyway, back to this. Featuring an apocalyptic future where Earth was ravaged by parademons and Superman had turned evil. When asked why he returned to the red and blue suit, if he was supposed to wear the black one in Justice League as previously confirmed, Snyder noted the anti-life equation pushed him back to his classic costume. The Nightmare timeline is something Snyder has admitted he wanted to revisit in the planned trilogy of Justice League movies. It's unclear what happened to the rest of the League, but according to Snyder, he had big plans for Nightmare Cyborg. As for the costume, Snyder previously said that the black suit belonged to the House of El, whereas the red and blue one was Kal-El's representation of being a hero. Snyder explained it was a more inclusive and friendlier, which is a stark contrast to the idea of his Nightmare appearance. Now let's think about that, because it just dawned on my head there. Because when you watch Man of Steel and the suit turns around, you see it's red and blue. But then when you think back to Russell Crowe, to Jor-El, when he shows the S, it is a kind of dark suit. So, in a way, it's a good telling, because the black suit is the normal sort of wardrobe thing, and maybe the red and blue was maybe a ceremonial sort of suit, and he chose to wear that as a sort of ceremony because it's bright, and he chose because he's human. He doesn't look at the black suit as though it's something, I'm going to be, like the Batman equivalent. I'm going to be, no, Superman, if I'm going to be a hero, I want to be standing out there for goodness, and I can't do that if I'm wearing all black. So it's because, let's face it, when we read the comics Return of Superman, he came back in a black suit, but it's not like it was, somebody knitted it for him. His mum didn't knit him, so it had to come from somewhere. So again, that's another good explanation. But again, some haters will say, well, you had to explain that in a tweet, then that you're not good at explaining it in a movie, and yada yada. But then again, we did see that cut off scene where he's walking through the ship and different outfits and costumes were turning around, and the black suit did turn around. So there we go. And as I say, I've convinced people to watch it, but a lot of people, some people I do come across, they don't want to stand and think or sit and think when they're watching a movie. They want to be spoon fed, and that is why the film's divisive. It's not until you sit down and you explain their points that they actually finally get it. So the black suit has become a talking point of the DCEU, and briefly popped up in Man of Steel, where General Zod projected Superman's own nightmarish future and a mountain of skulls. As for Justice League, Cavill teased he'd be wearing it before the movie's release, while concept art has so far been the only hint of what it would have looked like on the big screen. That said, the black suit technically made it into Justice League's original release via a deleted scene of Superman walking past the dark threads. Justice League stars Ben Affleck as Batman, and yada yada yada. So quite an interesting few points. Zack Snyder seems to think Superman is Dr. Manhattan. That's a good wee idea there. So yeah, it's and of course Zack Snyder released that image when we're all rooting for the Snyder Cut. He has yet to rise in a black and white outfit. And a lot of the haters and naysayers and say, what, you're just going to digitalise his whole suit and make it black? No. It's a different film, it's going to have different scenes. And I wish somebody would get that. But listen, thanks for watching the video. I'd love to hear your thoughts and views. And remember to get, if you're ever wanting any more of what other wee channels I do, is the Inner Mind and your movie review, where you can choose your movie for me to watch and I'll review it. Okay, so thanks for watching again. Catch you.